All right, it is 4:30, so we will call the July 6, 2021 meeting to order. And we'll start with our Pledge of Allegiance, followed by our invocation by Mike Chicka. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Jesus, we thank you for this day. We thank you for a city that loves you. God, we ask that you would bless us, God, that you would guide us and you would lead us where we need to go and do the things that are on your agenda, God, not ours. We love you, Jesus. In your name we pray. Amen.
Kim, can we have a roll call?
Yes, sir. Misty Cavanaugh. Here. Tony Space.
Here.
Adam Townsend.
Here.
Amy Cruz.
Present.
Frank Stevenson.
Here.
Chad Mincer.
Here.
Mayor, we do have a quorum.
All right, our first order of business is the approval of the minutes from the City Council regular meeting on June 21st, 2021.
The regular meeting of the Madisonville City Council was held on June 21st, 2021 at 4:30 p.m. It was called to order by Council Member Frank Stevenson. We had the Pledge of Allegiance invocation. The City Council members were all present. We had approval of the minutes of the June the 7th, 2021 meeting. We had approval of the minutes of the June 17th, 2021 meeting. We had approval of bills and payroll. We had department reports from the police department and the fire department. We had council committee reports. The Tourism Advisory Board approved $100,000 for the Event Barn B modifications at Mar Park. We had the Tourism Advisory Board approval of $339,000 for engineering cost for the bridge at Grapevine Park to Madisonville City Park was approved, and the Tourism Advisory Board of the $1 million for a down payment of the sports complex was approved. In the old business, we had a second reading of an ordinance authorizing the acceptance of a public street, alley, or lane and authorizing the closing of same was approved. We had an ordinance amending the City of Madisonville annual budget for the fiscal year July the 1st, 2020 through June the 30th, 2021, which was approved. We also had an executive order relating to the reappointments of Andy Bachman and Michael Howard to the Airport Board. We had a resolution to declare vehicles as surplus and then an adjournment.
All right, are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next, we'll move on to the approval of bills and payroll.
We have the total general fund of $549,887.28, total sanitation of $90,164.52, total electric utility office of $94,384.14, total water filter of $36,644.76, total wastewater collection and treatment of $216,659.34. We have an estimated biweekly payroll, governmental of $51,509, police $141,559, fire $142,351, transportation $32,635, cemetery $6,715, park $21,053, sanitation $36,815, light fund $82,007, wastewater treatment of $17,708, wastewater collection of $33,106, water and filter of $43,574, for a total estimated biweekly payroll of $609,032.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the bills and payroll?
So move.
Do you have a second? Second. I have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next, we have items for discussion. The first is the permission to close a portion of Sugg Street.
We had a request from the Sugg Street downtown merchants requesting permission to close Sugg Street between Main Street and the railroad tracks on Thursday, July the 15th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. for an event called Summer Sip and Shop. This event will need a road close sign at the beginning of Sugg Street and near the railroad tracks.
Do I have a motion to approve the road closure for the Sugg Street downtown merchants?
Move.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Are there any questions or discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next, we have permission to close a portion of Elm Street.
Yes, we have a request from the Summer Sizzler Basketball Group for permission to close Elm Street August the 6th, 7th, and 8th of 2021 for the Summer Sizzler Tournament. And the closed-off areas will need to have barricades.
Do I have a motion to approve the road closure for the Summer Sizzler?
So move.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion or questions?
They are just blocking this up until the house is correct.
They kind of gave me a map, but you wasn't going to be able to see it, but there's some dots that they had wrote, and I was going to.
Residents won't be affected.
No, it's probably just that road right there by.
Where the parking area is at from Hopewell to the end of the parking area.
Residents can get
They will be able to enter in from Pride.
Right.
Yep. Okay, so I have a motion, a second. That was our discussion. Is there any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. All right, next we have permission to contract services from local businesses owned by the city employees. As you all know, we have to have permission. We're entering into a new fiscal year, and we want to make sure that the businesses that we do have some business dealings with that are owned by city employees are approved by the council.
And I have a list of these employees that I know for sure that they're either have an ownership or something in the business that we may contract for work. It doesn't mean we're going to, but just in case, we got it out there. Jacob Dever, Chad Baldwin, Matt Browning, Brandon Tao, and Robert James, not James.
So let's clarify that Robert James, James, works for the water filter plant for the city. It is not Robert James, Janes, who is the Public Works Director. So let's show that for the record that it is Robert James, James, from the water filter plant. Do I have a motion to approve to allow the city to do business with these city employees? Do I have a second? Is there any discussion or questions?
My concern would just be to always, in view of that permission granted, to still operate within an arm's length relationship, as they say, that I know we don't have to bid everything depending on the dollar amount, but to look at getting more than one quote for the event rather than just going to a particular vendor, to retain that competitive arm's length relationship that protects us and them.
Absolutely. Any other discussion or questions?
If those do fall under, we will. I know we had done the the mowing. We did. They did it through a bid process, even though it fell underneath that 30. Will we still, if there's a bigger project, or will we just go, okay, now that that's been granted, we're good? So
Anything that is over 30, of course, has to be bid out for competitive bid. Most of the individuals, actually all of the individuals that are listed are smaller jobs that are done throughout the city. So it's not anything that is an excessive amount of funds. If it is a large project, by all means, we would want to bring that back before the council. However, our city administrator always gets more than one bid to look to make sure that we're within the arm's length reasonable transaction with our city employees. But our city employees usually take care of us to make sure that we're getting the best deal. So, but Rob Saint would be the person that would oversee those expenses.
thank you.
All right, so do we have any additional discussions or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next, we have an executive order for the appointment of Jason Vincent to the Housing Authority Board.
Oh, sorry.
You want me to read that?
I, Kevin Cotton, Mayor of the City of Madisonville, pursuant to the authority vested in me by applicable law, do hereby order as follows: that Jason Vincent shall be and hereby is appointed by the Housing Authority Board that the term of Jason Vincent shall be for a period of 4 years concluding on June the 30th, 2025, and that Jason Vincent shall serve in accordance with the laws of the United States of America and the Commonwealth of Kentucky and the ordinances of the city of Madisonville.
So just for the record, for the media, line number 1, the correct spelling for Jason Vincent is Jason, which you'll see in line number 2 and 3. There is a typo right there. So
Thank you for pointing that out, Mayor,
yes,
that I made
I just
a
want to make
mistake.
sure that we don't have that in multiple places. So
I love
do I have,
my mayor.
there is no vote there. But we do want to say a big thank you to Jason Vincent for being willing to serve on the Housing Authority Board. It's a very important role for our community, and it will take quite a bit of his time, and he has volunteered to take on that responsibility. So next we have a Fourth Fest update. I think everybody has seen or heard the comments that we've received from folks from out of town, from folks that are in town. It was a very successful week. We want to make sure that we give credit where credit was due, and the city team definitely stepped up and took control. And what we heard from several places in several of the comments, they were even comparing our event to something that was a Disney-like event, very well organized. And some of them compared us to large cities, that we even topped some of their event venues, and because of the organization and how easy that it was, and the shuttles and the hospitality. And so a great big thank you goes out to our city team and all of you all that volunteered to help. Also goes out to this community, because what we heard was that our community stepped up, and our community showed true hospitality for those that were visiting in the community. So just want to say thank you for everybody that came out. We did some numbers. We'll have some more concrete numbers the end of next week, but it looks like it's 20,000 plus for the weekend, and really excited to see what those numbers come out to be. But the low estimate was 20,000 plus. And any questions about the Fourth Fest, or any comments about it? All right. Well, next we have a World Changers update. You all agreed to allow us to be a part of World Changers, and this is something that was brought to us by Councilman Space and Kim Blue and the Joint Planning Commission. So I wanted to say a big thank you to you all for bringing this to our attention to allow us to be a part of it. We do have with us Charlie Young and Mike Jicka that were the coordinators of that. If you all would like to come up to the podium and address the council. We've already heard from Mike a little bit in the beginning, and we've got some great news that we've been able to hear from this event, so we'll just kind of pass it off to you all.
On behalf of Mike and myself and the World Changers, Madisonville, Hopkins County, we want to thank you all for allowing the city to participate. We were able to do work on 13 homes in Hopkins County, 7 of which were in the Madisonville area. Everything from roof repair. We were able to put one crew together for roof repair in Nortonville, and then we had several other projects, ramps, painting projects. We appreciate that. We look forward to having that opportunity again. Mike is the one that's actually in charge of the project site. My role as a construction coordinator is just more or less to work as liaison with Ms. Blue to get the materials and things that we needed, and to find out the actual selection of the properties that we'd be working on. We had 110 teenagers.
120. 120. 120. Not to correct you.
No, that was all the way from
4 different states.
Yeah, we had some of the local churches in the county participated, but most of them were from Georgia.
From Georgia, Louisiana, Missouri, and Kentucky.
So they were a positive influence. They were impressed with Madisonville and the surrounding area. So we appreciate your all support, and we hope that we can get that again in the future. As I explained to Ms. Blue, we would like to start the process a little bit earlier next time. That way we get the word out there, we get people that would benefit from the program involved, plus it gives us a little bit of time to get the materials and things together that we would need to do the projects, to do the best we can on the homes for them.
I can.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to do this if it'll.
We want to, while she's getting that prepared, I just want to say thank you. We've heard from some of those property owners and how appreciative that they were, how their lives were touched by those young folks coming in and helping out and just being able to interact with them. Some of those folks didn't have a whole lot of interaction, especially over the past 18 months with the coronavirus. So to have that interaction and have some young folks being there to just spend some time with them, that was a big thing for them. So thank you all for what you've done. I know it was a volunteer position for you, and you've taken time away from your families and away from your jobs to make that happen. So on behalf of the city of Madisonville, thank you for all that you did with World Changers.
All of them are? Okay, never mind. I can play, you can hear it. But I did take some pictures, but I will play it because I do have one lady that we did talk to, and I did video her. But we did Grapevine Road. We had a Miss Luann Johnson on Grapevine Road. We have a Sandra Suri on Hickory Hollow.
Miss Sims on Ebenezer.
Yeah, Miss Sims on Ebenezer. And that's the video that I have. We also have Miss Julia.
Julia Drone on Slayton Avenue. And then we had Miss Fluellen in Brentwood
Right.
on Ann Drive.
And most of them had outside repair work done. But if I can play this, if you can hear it, I'm going to try to get it where you can hear it, but I would like to hear. We went to Miss Sims' house. Mayor and Charlie were there, and Miss Sims is on Ebenezer, and she's a widowed lady, and she was very appreciative. She still likes a little bit of work to be done at her house that Charlie has promised to finish because they didn't get all the painting done. But anyway, I'm going to try to play this for you. I can't even hear it. I apologize. Our matrix is down, and I'm not even going to be able to play it. But anyway, we'll play it next time, maybe, once we get our matrix back up.
Right. Well, again, thank you, gentlemen, very much. We appreciate all that you all did. We appreciate all the volunteers from the community. There were several volunteers from this community that helped with that as well. And we know that took a lot of your time. So we just want to say thank you. At this time, do you all have any comments or questions for Mike or Charlie?
For all the work she did. First time out, I think she did a great job. And
I don't know if
I know
Charlie
it's a
would
lot of
agree
work.
with me on that.
I didn't talk to Charlie and Mike,
She
but
did do a good job. I told her I've been in government service. I know how that works. Somebody walked in and laid a file on her desk and told her to take care of it. So she
I
did a
will
really
have
good
to
job.
say, Charlie sent me to Lowe's to buy painting supplies, and I said, Charlie, he had to send me pictures because I didn't know what I was buying, and all I was buying was a roller. But I'm not good at that stuff.
Yeah,
So.
she didn't get that right either. I had to fix it.
okay, maybe she didn't do a good job. Forget that.
I was trying to help.
All right, so that concludes our business. At this time, we will open it up for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Have a second? Second. Have a motion and a second. Thank you all very much.